um, there is some great news. It's already been posted in Accessible Go, but I wanted to do one here because there are people that can't read very well. So just listening to the video is very helpful. I'm reading this off of USA Today, and I know it was published a couple of days ago, but this is the title, and I will put both links, the DOT and the USA Today. DOT finalizes rule for dignified air travel, what wheelchair users can expect. So key points in the whole document are the following. The U.S. Department of Transportation finalized a new rule to better protect the rights of airline passengers who use mobility devices. The rule mandates improved training for airline staff, which we need, set stricter timelines for returning delayed devices, and strengthen passengers' rights in cases of damage. Passengers will now have the option to choose their preferred vendor for repairs or replacement, addressing a long-standing concern about airlines controlling the process. So we know what happens when they control the process. So here we go. This is a summary. I'm not going to read it all, of course, because it's a long document. But here is what does the new wheelchair rule say. So safe, dignified, and prompt assistance. Airlines are required to provide people with assistance that does not put them in a higher risk of injury. For example, during transfer between their wheelchair and the plane, and in a manner that respects their independence, autonomy, and privacy. And there's a lot more to that, but enhanced training. So airline employees and contractors who physically assist disabled passengers or who handle their mobility devices will require to have annual hands-on training. Rebuttal presumption. The rule classifies the airlines are assumed to be at fault when a passenger's mobility device is returned with damage after flight. Passenger notifications. Airlines are required to provide certain information before departure, upon arrival, and after a mobility device is mishandled about what a passenger is entitled to if their device is damaged and when the mobility device is loaded and unloaded from the aircraft. Aircraft cargo hold information. Airlines are required to publish relevant dimensions of their cargo hold, doors, and storage area for all aircraft in their fleets. Prompt return of delayed mobility devices. Airlines are required to deliver a passenger's wheelchair to them within 24 hours of domestic flights and international flights of 12 hours or less. Airlines have 30 hours to return a mobility device to passengers on international flights of more than 12 hours. Passengers are entitled to choose between picking their wheelchair up at the airport or having it delivered to them. Ground transportation reimbursement. Airlines are required to reimburse passengers for ground transportation costs incurred as a result of the airline delaying their mobility device. Prompt repair or replace of damaged mobility devices. Airlines are required to provide passengers with timeline for inspecting their devices after a flight and filing a claim for mishandling. Airlines must also offer the option of company coordinating repair or replacement, or the passenger working with their preferred vendor directly at the airline's cost. Loaner accommodations. Airlines are required to pay for loaner mobility equipment while a mishandled device is repaired or replaced. The loaner equipment must fit the passenger's functional and safety needs as much as possible. We know there's already a passenger who died because she was given just a medical wheelchair, just a regular medical wheelchair, and she needed support when seated, and she died because of that lack of support. Rebooking requirements. Airlines are required to disembark and rebook passengers at no additional cost if their wheelchairs are not properly loaded onto their scheduled flight, or if their mobility device does not fit in the cargo area. Airport seating. Airlines are required to consult with disability rights organizations and create safe waiting areas at airports for passengers when their mobility devices are delayed. Onboard wheelchairs. Airlines will be required to improve their onboard wheelchairs on various plane types in the coming years. So that's it. That's the summary. There are dates for all of this when they come into play. So, and you will see that on the page for the DOT. But similar, so all of this is going to take place around January 16th, 17th for all of us. So it's not something we have to wait for years for. It's here to stay. So once the wheelchair spot in the airlines is required for all airlines to place in their aircrafts, then the training will be different because they have to strap us down. The straps need to be in good condition, all that kind of stuff. So their training will be a little bit different once that happens. So, but for now, they're going to require a different training, and so that so they don't have to handle us in an inappropriate way. So I'm hoping that the airlines all comply. And I've said to people, a law, a rule, really doesn't have any strength unless we make it happen. So we also need to be verbal about it and make sure that their training and their handling us works just fine, smoothly. Here is a statement from Pete Buttigieg. Every passenger deserves safe, dignified travel when they fly, and we've taken unprecedented actions to hold airlines accountable when they do not provide fair treatment to passengers with disabilities, said Secretary Buttigieg. With the new protections we're announcing today, we're establishing a new standard for air travel with clear and thorough guidelines for airlines to ensure that passengers using wheelchairs can travel safely and with dignity. So here we go. An estimated 5.5 million Americans use a wheelchair, and many encounter barriers when it comes to air travel. DOT data shows that for every 100 wheelchairs or scooters transported on domestic flights, at least one is damaged, delayed, or lost. How do you lose a wheelchair? Can somebody explain that to me? I just really don't know. But anyway, this is going to be enforced in starting January, the mid January. I think January 16th. But it is all good news, folks. And again, this will not take place unless we enforce it. So truly, I want everyone to speak up if something was wrong, if something is going wrong, because they need to receive, good training and individual. So listen to this: individual requirements and the final rule have varying implementation timelines, ranging from January 16th, 2025 to June 17th, 2026 for training requirements. The final rule will be effective on January 16th, 2025 and can be found. And so there is another link, which I will open here. There we go. So it's a nice description with dates and everything else and some other links in case you have some other curiosities. So it's all set up for us to read and to understand what has happened, the whole history. I think if somebody has flown, with their wheelchair, that they understand, what has happened. So I haven't taken my wheelchair because at the other end, my family can't handle my wheelchair unless they rent an accessible vehicle. So that is that. But it's all been very difficult for all of us, so we just need to hang in there. And hopefully by January, we will see these changes taking effect. And I'm just trying to find the page. But anyway, January 16th, 2025. So it has a page where each action is going to take place. And the airlines need to be ready to enforce it. So I realize it's going to take them time, take money. However, the difficulty is reduce these problems between us, those of us who use wheelchairs, and the airlines. So again, these rules really will not take effect unless we, the wheelchair users, speak up and enforce them. So thank you very much for listening. And there is one already printed on Accessible Go, but I wanted to do a video anyway so that people whose vision is failing or they can't read very well can listen to the video and get the gist of the changes that are going to happen. All right, folks. I'm hoping all of you are doing well. And so listen to the video. And if there's any questions, I will also have links down below in the description so you can look at, further details about the dates of when this is going to all take place. So you should be seeing changes in January if the airlines are smart enough. But truly, we need to be on the ball. And if something fails, something doesn't work, the airlines needs to be slapped very hard by the Department of DOT. All right. Take care, everyone. Feel free to look at the videos down below. And if there's a specific video or a specific topic you would like, please let me know. And I'll be happy to research it and post it here. All right. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.